In this video, we'll be taking a look at the newly launched SBC, the Brainy Pi. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I just got an early access to the board, which is currently in the alpha testing stage. So the Brainy Pi is marketed as a substitute to the Raspberry Pi, which we all know is out of stock these days. And it has the same form factor as that of a Raspberry Pi. So it can fit in all the places where a Raspberry Pi can fit in. Taking a look at the hardware configuration, it comes with a 64-bit hexa-core processor, out of which 2 of the cores clock at 1.8 GHz and the rest 4 at 1.6 GHz. The GPU is a Mali, which supports OpenGPL, Vulkan, OpenCL and DirectX 11. It comes with 4 GB of RAM, an eMMC module for internal storage, an SD card slot, camera connector, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 4 USB ports, Ethernet port, Raspberry Pi supported 40-pin I/O, and a USB Type-C power slot. So what's interesting in this is that the eMMC storage in this comes with a preloaded recovery OS, which is equivalent to Noob's OS in the Raspberry Pi. So you don't need to externally flash an operating system onto the board or the SD card once the board arrives at your doorstep. The eMMC storage also holds your operating system once installed, and it is way faster than a normal SD card. Now let's have a look on how to set up the board. First, let's make some connections on the Pi. Connect your mouse and keyboard through the USB ports. Then plug in your HDMI cable, of which the other end is connected to a monitor. Once done, let's power it on using a USB Type-C cable. By default, the Brainy Pi will boot into the recovery OS for the first time, where you can select your operating system that you want to install. The installation process is pretty smooth and easy. Once the installation is done, it will boot up into the OS. The UI of the operating system is pretty minimalistic and clean. Now let's test some of the applications within it. So I fired up Chrome and ran YouTube. It was giving somewhat frame drops, but after changing these Chrome settings, I was able to run YouTube with negligible frame drops at 1080p. I also ran a Raspberry Pi based GPIO Python program, which was able to run on this board. So overall, the Brainy Pi seems to be a great alternative to the Raspberry Pi, and it outperforms it by many factors. You can visit their official website brainypi.com for more details, where you can also apply for an early access review board. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we will be developing some cool and interesting projects on this board. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.